Hey Patrick, this is Sharon from Pacific Systems. I forgot my digital camera at home, so I hope the movie camera suffices. These are the two boards you inquired about. The African Mahogany and Canadian Poplar Big Shivs. Both are 64 inches. Both are the same shape. They both have the diamond nose and diamond tail. The African Mahogany is a hand-cut African hardwood. It's hand-cut and carried from equatorial Africa. It's got this beautiful burgundy color with these great oxblood ringlets all throughout the wood and ending in this sort of centralized knot area. And here's what the underside of that looks like, with this really pretty knot with these rings. And then here you get these really unique three sort of tiger stripe rings ending in the nose of the board. So it's a really pretty unique piece of wood. And it's all single plank of African mahogany. Here's the Canadian poplar. Also a single plank of wood. You can see it's got some of these nice little freckle knots that give it a lot of character. But what sets this wood apart is a nice uniform walnutty brown with this streak and then this very golden piney rail. Now this is still a single piece of wood, there's no glue line here, but you get these really nice streaks running through it and this two-tone color. This is a unique piece of wood. Really stood out when we looked at it at the lumber yard. We knew this had to be a good board. You can see the underside. Now you'll notice there's blotchiness here, but this is all just oil. We keep the boards oiled kind of heavily to keep them flexible, to keep them moist, you know, to keep them from drying out. Now the flex between these two boards is a little bit different. I'll give you a demonstration of that. African mahogany is a flexible piece of wood. Bring that down as low as possible. It's a very flexible piece of wood. Now I weigh 100 kilograms. That's 220 pounds. Slightly more than you, about 20 pounds more than you. But you can see that this mahogany flexes very nicely. Now it wouldn't touch the ground. After the trucks and wheels are installed, it won't touch the ground, but it'll get a little bit close. Now a lot of flex is good. Too much flex isn't as good, but that's got a good amount of flex. The poplar, you can see, has a little more flex. It's a very smooth flex though. It doesn't bounce back. It's not a jutting kind of wood. It's got a nice silky flex to it. Now there are pros and cons to flex. More flex will mean that road impurities and imperfections will be soaked up easier. If you're riding rougher roads, big cracks in the sidewalk and stuff like that, I would suggest a more flexible board. If you want a more responsive board, a board that has more control back here because it's less flexible, and you're riding a smoother road, I would suggest a less flexible board like this. But the differences in the flex of these two boards are negligible. If it comes down to aesthetics, just the pure looks of the board, then I would say go with the one you like. Both of them have a sufficient amount of flex for most purposes, and both of them are sufficiently responsive for most purposes. So let me know what you think. If you have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. So hope things are great in Holland. Take care, man.